You've probably seen one before and didn't even realize it. Maybe it was at the airport, calmly sniffing luggage while looking like it could outrun a car. Or maybe you saw one in your neighborhood and mistook it for a German Shepherd, only to do a double take because something about it just looked sharper, faster, more intense. That dog was almost certainly a Belgian Malinois, and by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this breed isn't just another working dog, it's in a league entirely its own. Today, you're going to discover 6 specific ways the Belgian Malinois stands apart from every other dog on the planet. You'll learn why elite military units around the world choose this breed over any other, what makes their minds work so differently from your average family pet, and why owning one is either the best decision you'll ever make or the most exhausting mistake of your life. Stick with me until the end because the 6th way might completely change how you see this breed and help you decide once and for all whether a Malinois belongs in your life. Let's get into it. 1. Their drive is unmatched in the canine world. The first thing you need to understand about the Belgian Malinois is that this dog doesn't just have energy, it has drive. And those two things are not the same. A lot of breeds have energy, meaning they need a walk, they need to play, they need a backyard to zoom around in, but drive is something deeper. Drive is an internal engine that won't shut off, a relentless need to work, to chase, to solve, to engage. When you look into the eyes of a Malinois, you're not looking at a pet waiting for dinner. You're looking at an athlete waiting for its next mission. This is why you'll see Malinois used in roles where failure isn't an option. We're talking bomb detection, narcotics work, search and rescue, protection sport, and military operations in the most hostile environments on Earth. Their drive is so intense that trainers actually have to teach them how to relax, because left to their own devices, a Malinois will work itself into exhaustion before it gives up on a task. If you've ever owned a Labrador and thought it was high energy, multiply that by about 10 and remove the off switch. That's what you're dealing with. You're not getting a dog, you're getting a partner that expects you to bring your A game every single day. 2. Their athleticism is almost supernatural. The second way the Belgian Malinois stands out is pure, raw, jaw-dropping athleticism. You've probably seen the videos. A Malinois scaling a vertical wall like it's nothing. A Malinois leaping 6 feet into the air to take down a target. A Malinois sprinting across an open field at speeds that look physically impossible for a dog its size. This isn't training trickery or clever editing. This is just what the breed does naturally. A fully grown Belgian Malinois typically weighs between 40 and 80 pounds, but it carries that weight like a featherweight boxer. Their muscle composition, their bone structure, their lean build, all of it is engineered by generations of selective breeding to create a dog that can run faster, jump higher, and last longer than almost any other breed in existence. You'll find Malinois competing in agility, dock diving, protection sports, and obstacle courses where they consistently outperform breeds twice their size. And here's the thing you really need to wrap your head around. This level of athleticism isn't optional for them. If you don't give a Malinois a way to use its body, it will find one, and you might not like what it chooses. Your couch, your fence, your neighbor's cat, they will all become suddenly relevant. 3. Their intelligence operates on a completely different level. Now, you've heard people say their dog is smart. Maybe your own dog knows a few tricks, recognizes its name, and figures out when you're hiding treats. That's nice. But the Belgian Malinois operates on a completely different cognitive level, and once you've worked with one, you'll never look at canine intelligence the same way again. Malinois don't just learn commands, they learn patterns. They learn your routines, your habits, the sound of your keys, the way you sigh before you grab the leash. They watch you the way a chess player watches an opponent, constantly calculating, predicting, anticipating. You can teach a Malinois a new command in a handful of repetitions, and they'll often start performing it before you finish saying the word. This is why they excel in jobs that require split-second decision-making, like apprehending a suspect, locating an explosive, or navigating a collapsed building during a rescue. But here's the catch you absolutely need to know. That same intelligence becomes a problem if it's not channeled properly. A bored Malinois doesn't just chew up a shoe, it figures out how to open the pantry, disassemble the latch on its crate, escape from a yard most dogs couldn't dream of clearing, and then come back home before you even know it left. you're not just training a dog, you're getting an extra smart creature that will absolutely outsmart you if you give it the chance. So if you want a dog you can train, the Malinois is incredible. If you want a dog you can ignore, look somewhere else immediately. 4. Their loyalty is borderline obsessive. The fourth thing that sets the Belgian Malinois apart is the depth of its loyalty. And I want you to really pay attention here because this is one of the most misunderstood traits of the breed. People often confuse loyalty with affection, but in the Malinois, those two things show up very differently than they do in, say, a golden retriever. A Malinois doesn't just love you, it bonds to you. It chooses you, often above all other people, and once that bond is formed, it becomes the central organizing principle of the dog's entire life. Your Malinois will follow you from room to room, watch you while you sleep, position itself between you and any perceived threat, and consider it a personal mission to know exactly where you are at all times. To people who don't understand the breed, this can look like clinginess or even anxiety, but it's not. It's a working partnership. The Malinois sees you as your person, and in its mind, the two of you are a team. Anything that disrupts that team, whether it's a stranger at the door, an unfamiliar dog at the park, or even another family member trying to get in between, will be noticed and evaluated. This is why Malinois are so revered in protection roles. Their loyalty isn't soft and fuzzy, it's fierce, focused, and unwavering. If you're someone who wants a dog that will simply adore you in a casual, cheerful way, a Malinois is going to be far more than you bargained for. But if you want a partner who will genuinely have your back for the rest of your life, you will not find a more loyal breed on this planet. Number 5. Their work ethic is built into their DNA. The fifth way the Belgian Malinois stands out is its absolutely relentless work ethic. And I want to be clear about something. Many breeds were developed for work. Border Collies herd, Retrievers retrieve, Hounds hunt. But the Malinois was developed for something a little different. It was bred to do whatever its handler asked for as long as the handler asked, with maximum intensity from start to finish. That's a very specific kind of dog, and it shows. When you give a Malinois a job, you're not just giving it something to do, you're giving it purpose, and purpose is oxygen for this breed. Watch a Malinois doing scent work, and you'll see a dog that doesn't get distracted, doesn't lose focus, doesn't wander off to sniff something more interesting. It locks in, it commits, it works the problem with the kind of precision and stamina that frankly puts most humans to shame. This is why they dominate fields like law enforcement and military service. While other dogs might tire out or get bored, a Malinois is just hitting its stride. For you, as a potential owner, this means something important. You can't just throw a tennis ball for a Malinois twice a day and expect it to be content. This breed needs jobs, real jobs, tasks with structure, beginning, middle, and end. Whether that's obedience work, scent games, agility training, protection sport, or even structured chores around the house, your Malinois needs to feel useful. Give it that, and it will reward you with a level of partnership most dog owners can't even imagine. Deny it that, and you'll have a furry tornado tearing your life apart from the inside out. Number 6. Their emotional intensity will surprise you. And finally, here's the 6th way, and this is the one most people don't see coming until they've actually lived with the breed. The Belgian Malinois has an emotional intensity that goes way beyond what you'd expect from a working dog. People assume this breed is all business, all drive, all sharp edges, and while there's truth to that, it misses something really important about who these dogs actually are. Underneath all that intensity is a deeply sensitive animal. Your Malinois will pick up on your moods with uncanny accuracy. If you're stressed, it knows. If you're sad, it knows. If you're frustrated during training, it absolutely knows, and it will react to that frustration in ways that can derail your entire session. This sensitivity is part of what makes them such phenomenal working dogs, because they read their handlers like open books. But it also means they require a certain kind of owner. You can't bully a Malinois. You can't yell your way to obedience. You can't use harsh corrections and expect them to bounce back the way some tougher breeds might. They will shut down. They will lose trust. And once that happens, repairing the relationship takes real work. On the flip side, when you treat a Malinois with the respect, consistency, and emotional steadiness it craves, something remarkable happens. You don't just have a well-trained dog, you have a creature that is profoundly tuned into you, that celebrates your wins like they're its own, that grieves your losses, that seems to understand things you never said out loud. This is the part of the breed that doesn't show up in highlight reels of military demos or protection work. But ask anyone who's truly lived with a Malinois, and they'll tell you, the bond is unlike anything else in the dog world. So there you have it, 6 ways the Belgian Malinois stands apart from every other dog out there. From their unmatched drive and supernatural athleticism to their razor-sharp intelligence, fierce loyalty, relentless work ethic, and surprising emotional depth. This isn't a breed for everyone, and honestly, that's part of what makes them so special. They demand more, but they give back more too. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you someone who already shares your life with a Belgian Malinois, or are you seriously considering one? Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 6 traits surprised you the most, or share a story about a Malinois that changed your perspective on what dogs are capable of. If you found this video helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that like button because it really helps the channel reach more dog lovers like you. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. See you in the next one!